Well, it's not exactly been the best month going, has it? No, but we've reached that time of the month again. Yes, it is grading time. What grade am I going to give this? Well, let's go find out. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and this is Star Trek Fleet Command. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, end of the month, and what a pretty dismal month we've had, haven't we? Yes, it has been pretty dismal and pretty, uneventful. Pretty much like my channel. Yes, lack of videos due to the fact that there's not really been much to actually talk about this month. Couple of live streams, couple of videos. Yes, I did the amalgam video. Yes, I've also got the video coming out to the missions for the Angel in Disguise. I'm still working on that video, but I've also been looking at a couple of other video projects as well, but that's all to come. Now let's start off with the missions. Now I've got no screenshots for this one to show you, but the missions we had this month was only three: two core missions and one side mission. I actually don't even know if chances are there was another mission. It's no longer there. I'm still waiting for Hoodwink to reappear for me to actually do. But no, we still don't have any missions. But the missions that we had were well written this month. And to see Benjamin and Kira both relieved of duty from Deep Space Nine, and an Admiral Wardle taking command of Deep Space Nine, hoping as a so-called friend of Cisco, and hoping to take a similar line to what Cisco was doing. But turned out it was a shapeshifter. Yes, it was a female shapeshifter. Now, could that throw a spanner in the works about who the spy is? Is the spy actually a shapeshifter posing as one of our three officers? The two main content creators, Rev Juice and Ultimate DJs, have their own ideas. Rev is gone Miles. DJ's gone Cisco. Kira. Me and Pure Cisco. Yeah, that's where I've gone. And we have had events that's wanting you to challenge that this month. Now, like I said, nice twist at the ending with a female shapeshifter. So that could throw a new twist in the works. But again, we're still not going to find out the answer until December. Yes. Well. So, moving on. Events. Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look at this, shall we? Look at this diary. This was the diary we were given for this month. Pretty lackluster, innit? Yeah, hardly any events, and some additional events were thrown in through the month. What significance they had to Deep Space Nine, I don't know. A Hemner SLB? Really? Okay, gives us a chance to get Hemner. Fine, I'll tell you what, give us the Mantis! More on that one in just a minute. But yeah, it led to myself being absolutely bored most evenings, because I've managed to come around to a way to pretty much do my grinding and all my mining all before the event change. So when it came to the evening, it was like a quick boom done, 5-10 minutes, and that's it. Okay, what am I going to do for the rest of the evening? I do not know. But yeah, obviously we had a series of events. Espionage came back. Like I said, Espionage had you doing a couple of things, and you had to go into the event store where you'd give your linear rods, data linear rods, to one specific officer. Yes, one specific officer. Now, there was a milestone in the events that would only pay out if you put all 6 rods on one officer. Now, if you chose to spread them across the 3 officers, you weren't going to get that event. So this month, we were literally forced into making a choice. Who was we going to go for? I've gone actively Cisco, and it gave me some Tel Shiar. It was from the Tel Shiar, but I also got some Romulan Elite Recruit tokens. Woo! Yes, I actually got to pull some chests from that. Yeah, okay. Waste of time doesn't even quite cover it. But we had that. And then also we had the events of basically going out and destroying the new solo Armadas, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Which was good, and it was absolutely doable by everybody. But yeah, there's not much else you can say about the events, really. Just not. I mean, let's just have a quick gander. Have we still got some in the backlog? Here we go. So we got this one. So let me just move myself over a bit. We got an SLB here, which is basically earning favours and completing research. As you can see, I finished in 43rd, so obviously I got some rewards for that one. It was a 50, was it a 50 strong? Yeah, 50 strong board. So get some Syndicate XP, and the payout was also, if we can get it to load up, away team speed ups. Nice addition, really could do with them, would help as well. But yeah, so earning favours, which again, part of the new content that was brought in, which, like I said, we'll talk about in a minute. And then also completing research, which was probably one of the easiest ones to do. Yeah, if you got a load of Latinum, a load of speed ups, a load of materials, smash out a load of research, it'll get you going. Because I'll tell you what, I've only got one favour so far, and it wasn't for this event. But anyway, so we had this one. This was the Armada one I was talking about, is defeating solo Armadas. Pretty easy to do, not a problem. Enemy approaches. So we had this as well, which had an IMS for the server base, an SMS for you to complete individually, and an event to complete as an alliance. Now, I'm actually going to blow my own trumpet here because of this event. Now, this event was launched on the opening week of Arcfall, and you had 4 days to do it. Now, at that point, I was still a solo player. Yeah, I was still a solo player. I completed this event solo in less than 3 days. This event was way too easy for alliances to complete. Because some alliances were even saying, you can do it in an hour. 4-day event for your alliance, completed in 1 hour. 4 days is 96 hours. Yeah. Way too easy. The reward payouts are bloody brilliant. I'm not going to lie. The reward payouts this month have actually been pretty damn good. I've got myself 42. Got my academy done. I've done a doc. So some of the rewards have actually been pretty well paying out. But the fact that you could complete this event in 1 hour as an alliance or a solo player, as long as you were dedicated and you really put the time in, you could complete this in less than 3 days. And what did I do? Well, I completed some research. 10 points. Yes, 10 points for some research. I did not have any favours to do. No, because I didn't have the credits I needed. So that was out of the question. But this, general grinding. Going out, smashing those new Jem'Hadar hostiles, which was giving me 10 points a go. And I wasn't just sending one ship. No, I could go to a level 35, level 36 system, make sure there's no Armadas in there, and I could just smash as many Jem'Hadar ships as I wanted. Literally, and I sent 3, 4, 5 shit. As long as they could reach it, they went in. Didn't care what crews went on them, didn't care if they got killed. But then as well, defeat any hostile, 5 points. Again, that's your normal faction grinding, that's your swarm grinding, your Borg grinding, your stellar grinding, yeah. So again, relatively easy to complete, but there you go. That's the alliance. That's Scopely for you. So there were the kind of the events that we had. I mean, I don't even think I've got to mention this one as well. 1 day. This event has been on multiple days, but I only participated on one day. And I got really, really miffed. Because there's your points, right? That's for defeating the Cardassian Armadas we got last month. Look at my target. 5,500 points. Have you got enough directives to do this on your own? Has your alliance even got enough directives? Well, my alliance didn't. Yeah, that's the problem. This event was literally based on players buying Armada packs. Because you need the standard Armada directives. Well, how many do players have nowadays? You can, as an individual player, can get 2 a week. I mean, if we look at the Armada videos that I've done, I've even added it there. 2 per week. That's all you can get as a single player. Now, spread that out for your Armada. Yes, you actually have a chance to actually do this. Well, as a solo person, yeah. If you're the only person helping out with the Armadas, yeah. Or maybe say 3 others helping you. Well, 4 of us. So you're starting 2, they're all starting 2. So for a fleet of 5, that's what, 10 Armadas? That's 1,200 points for the uncommons. Where does that get you? Don't even get you the second milestone. How many packs must have been bought just for players to complete this? Because this wasn't on just once, it wasn't on twice. It was on at least 3 times that I can remember. Maybe 4. Yeah, serious problem for Armada directive sourcing. A serious problem. And the problem is, it wasn't just like one day. It was a 24-hour event, but it wasn't just one day. It was sometimes 2 days on the bounce. Really? And to make matters worse, right? Move myself back this way. Defeat the Cardassians. Go out and defeat the ships. 1 point. 5,500 ships. Are you that strong a grinder? I'm not. I ain't got time to do that. I'm lucky if I can get the treasury done in an hour. Well, actually, that's quite possible. When I bang out all 6 ships, and it's 1 point per red kill regardless. But 1 point, 5,500 ships. Yeah, who's got the time to do that? So this was a massive letdown. And for me, the events, again, was a massive letdown this month. Lack of events aimed at the content released this month. This is last month's content. But yeah, and that's going to knock the grade down massively. And I'm already at this point. The missions were a nice solid B for me. This is a solid U. Yeah, I can't even be bothered to grade the events. It was that bad this month. But luckily, we're not going to finish on a U. No, we're not. Because there are stuff that they did bring out which are beneficial. I mean, let's have a look. We've got Threat from Beyond there. Yes, look, that event there. Upgrade your treasury. Really? I mean, why? But upgrading any building, it allowed me to do all those milestones. And coupled with the new things added in to the incursions, which we will touch on in just a minute, I've managed to unlock ROM. Yay! The highlight of the month for me is I finally unlocked ROM, which means I might actually go smack a few bases, join incursions. Just for fun. Yes, just for fun. But we'll see. We'll see how that works. Now, incursions prep has also come along at the end of the month as well, so we'll just quickly touch on that. There have been a couple of changes due to this announcement, and as you can see above my head, I'll leave the announcement there, but this was one of the big changes. It's now no longer Khan and Honor Guard Worf, it is Rom and Cisco. Yes, this was where I was able to gain my last 1 shard. Yes, that previous event left me 1 shard short. Woohoo! So I got my last shard from here and an extra 3. Yay! So I'm 3 on 2 getting him up to tier 2. But to be perfectly honest, right, I don't need him any higher than tier 1. His captain's ability is a tier 1. It's straight out of the box. So But yeah, so I was happy. Rest of this, no difference really, all the same. But as you can see from the announcement as well, we are getting a free-to-play path for the Mantis. Finally, it's been announced. However, there is a problem. There's no information about how it's going to work. All you know, it's going to be an exclusive event store. Yes, an exclusive event store. How many blueprints are going to be in it? How many are you going to be able to be obtained? I will get my words out eventually. We don't know. So the highlight is we do now have a free-to-play path for the announcement for the Mantis announced. That's as much as you're going to get. So that was another highlight for this month. Finally, we got some information. But yeah. Now, let's move on to the officers. And we're not going to jump into the tree on this one. I'm going to put this screenshot up. Because as you can see, I've not got one of them. No, not one of them. There's not been one SLB for them. Not one. What you've had for Ducat is this decree. Yeah, decrees. Now, this is a good idea. I am not going to take it away. This is a good idea. However, I'm one of the so many players who does not save up gotcha tokens. I use my ultra tokens. I think the most I've ever had in one run is 10,000. Got rid of them. Why? Why save them? I didn't. What was the point? I mean, a few months ago, Rev did a video about saving, making sure that you got that like a minimum 6,000. In case you get a SLB similar to the material spend, where you need the gotcha tokens. Yeah, okay. We haven't had that. We got this decrees. Now, you could also get them through the pay store. Paywalled! But the problem is as well, it was RNG based as well. Because there was recruit packs as well in the recruit section. But the problem is it was like one. You needed to buy these pack where you only had an RNG to get one. I mean, let me just see if it's still in there. Officers. I don't think it is. I think, no, it's gone now. Oh, hello. So if I've got screenshots, I'll put them up here. But you needed these planetary token things. And you only got 1,000 out of a chest. To do a full pull on Ducat, you needed 48,000. But the problem is they were RNG based. So there was no chance you was actually going to get them. So how many of these gotcha tokens would you have needed in total to actually do it? I don't know. You let me know. If you managed to unlock Ducat using your Ultra Recruit tokens, how many did you spend just to do it? Drop in the comment section down below. Because I'll tell you what, I didn't. It was ridiculous. But there you go. What can you say? Also, we've had in this month as well, just to throw it in here, we've got the TNG Special Recruit, which for those of you who still need him, me included, Picard, I've managed to already acquire at least 5 out of this, and it's put me within 36 of actually getting him. Yay! Still months and months of grind to come. But yeah, and you've got 13 days left to do it. So, but there are 1,000 per chest, so it's entirely up to you if you spend it. Now, instead of looking at the bad, we've got rid of the bad. Let's look at the good stuff for this month, because we've actually had some new good content. The game designers this month have really outdone it this month for me, because I'm looking at this new content and I'm thinking, yeah, not bad. And what we're going to do is we're going to start. What I'm going to do first quickly is I'm going to refresh this miner, because despite the fact I've come up with a new system to get everything done, unfortunately, it's now kids half term. Yeah, don't get things done as fast as I would like to because I'm constantly dealing with the kids. But that's the life of a parent. So, here we have, and we'll just quickly jump out and zoom out. We had Dominion space added to us, connected to the Bajoran system by its flight path, and with the system if we get it, Edron. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the Deep Space Nine storyline, this system first appeared in the episode Emissary Part 1. This is when they discovered that the wormhole existed, because they went straight through it, ended up in the Gamma Quadrant, found this tertiary star system a few light years away. When Dax asked what system it was, it said Edron, a ternary star system consisting of twin O-type companions. And Cisco was like, Edron? That's like 70,000 light years away from DS9. Revelation, first stable wormhole. So, this little flight path that exists right here is your wormhole. Yeah, that's your wormhole. And obviously you end up in Dominion space. Now, Edron wasn't in Dominion space in the series. It was away from Dominion space, so hence the reason why it's out there. But you've got your low-level systems, and then you've got your first of your deep space mission systems, and everything else deep space. And then you've also got these which require warp tokens. So, nice addition. Obviously, these were added because you've got these as well in Rogue Space as well. These are G4, and there's also, yes, you guessed it, there's G5 systems too. Yeah. So you can go mine. Obviously, I'm presuming, I haven't explored them yet, each system will contain one of the three materials: gas, crystal, and ore. So these are going to be bigger nodes, which most likely your server is going to say, because it's a warp required token, it's going to be a protected system. So if you've got those miners that can mine pretty fast, get your asses out there, get mining. I would. I'm not going to spend credits to do this bit. It's going to be too expensive. But anyway, so we had all these, and we've got these new Jem'Hadar ships. So we'll pick this one here, the Jem'Hadar fighter. Now they are spread across all three categories: the interceptor, the battleship, and the explorer. The interceptors are fighters, explorers are cruisers, and the battleships, well, they're battleships. And they all drop this loot. Yes, antimatter pods, brilliant new addition and everything. The problem is when it was released, it was 10 times bigger. Yeah, 10 times bigger. So you was getting a fair whack. But the problem is, it was a conversion rate in the second part of the new content. Yes, the second part. And we've got to go in here for it. And I've got to move. Because there you go. Look, I've got 3. Ooh, what can I have 3 of already? Oh, it's all these. So, yeah, we got all this as well. Yes, we've got a new Bajoran faction store. And I'll tell you what, this is a cracking little store. That's actually a nice little increase, that one. Right, let's shrink myself down a wee bit. So, they're going to cost you these Bajoran badges. Now, these badges will also get you directives. Yes. Now, sadly, because of the video, at the time I'm doing a video, I can't show you the claim, but it's this one here. Yes, these are solo uncommon directives. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to purchase these every single day. Directives per day! Yes! And the one thing is as well, once you defeat the Armadas, you're going to end up with rares. So you bring the loot, you bring here, you're going to get rare directives. Yes. Now, Game Design went on DJ's podcast, and it said that this was a 2-week loop. That you would be able to acquire an uncommon every single day. Eventually, you will be doing 2 rares per week, which when you've done the rares, you can move on, and then you can get epic directives. You can get one of them every 2 weeks, so it equates to basically 2 epic Armadas per month. But you've got to bind the loot, you've got to remain constant, you've got to stay in it. But there is another twist which I'm not a big fan of, and to be honest, it's a bit of a letdown for this. But all these currencies, okay, all these currencies, and the currencies in here are all ops based. levels. They will increase every time you go up one ops level. So bear that in mind. It's not faction reputation related. It is ops level related. Now, but this thing goes even further, because you can also spend some credits when you've eventually got them on superconductor exchange. And I will say, yes, there are bits I'm missing out here. Do not worry. I have a video on the Bajorans. Check out my live stream, because it was on there, and I did a video afterwards. Also, you can get some assembly credits. So those two items alone are going to work towards helping out with your starbase. So there you go, something to help with your starbase. There you go, G4 travel tokens. I'm guessing these are going to be faction ops level locked, so which means I can only find the G4 ones at the minute. What they're going to cost? Well, I need to go to favoured. As you can see across the top bar, I still need 9,870 Bajoran points to actually get there. Also released this month as well, as part of a second bit of the patch, was these war shields. Rev showed these off during a live stream. They are fracking awesome. Yes, and I'm going to use a BSG term there, fracking, because it makes it easier for me to get round the sensors. These are awesome. These are going to be the difference between you doing your mining during incursions and not doing your mining. Yes, however, what you're going to need is you're going to need these to start them. After, of course, you've got them. I don't think they're going to be cheap. They are available in the in-app store, so you can get them if you want. But yeah, you still need Power Strong to get these splinters. Now, I'm also, here's a screenshot of the levels as well. So if you're not sure about your reputation levels for the Bajoran store, there they are. So I've not long found it. I should have asked for it early before when I did the last video on the Bajoran system, on the Bajoran store. But I didn't, but there it is. There you go, grab it. So obviously take a screenshot, chop it off so you don't get my ugly mug in there, but there you go. So, moving on with this. We've got new stuff as well. Now these are Bajoran favours. As you can see across the top, there's a Bajoran favours. And we'll drop it down. So another great addition. Because now you can get extra stuff. Here we go. Profit. So if I click on the little eye, it's going to tell me that I can earn extra loot from the Armadas starting at 50%. So it's going to take what it was, chop it in half, add it back on top. Yeah, it's going to take half of it and put it back on top. So now I'm getting the loot plus 50%. And it goes up to 200% by level 5. Obviously, these are reputation-based level as they go up for each one that needs the increasements. But you've also got other things like cost efficiency for buildings on materials, which is a big one, especially when you get in the G4 region. Which is another one I wanted. Oh, this one here adds a new daily chest, gold chest for me, which contains Syndicate XP and Bajoran badges. What that is, I don't know. I'm currently working towards that. However, the price I have to pay is 3,000 Bajoran credits. So that is the next one I'm going to be working towards. Yeah, because I want that daily chest. I want to build up my XP. I want these extra badges, because these extra badges are the one things that I can get from this when turning in the antimatter storage pods, which in turn means I can go up and get this, and even this. Yeah. So this is a massive loot, and this is why I really love this. Now, there are a couple of things as well that some players don't like, because there are some PvP features in there as well. And I actually had somebody say that it nerfs PvP. Now, I can't verify that, because I can't get them for starters, because I got the reputation level for starters, nor do I have these Bajoran credits. But if it does nerf it, I'm sure it'll be found out by the big content creators when they do the test. DJ. So I'm sure he'll find it out. But if I remember correctly, during the video, I did do a quick bit of math on it, on one of them, to work out the difference and if they're actually beneficial or not. But again, I'm not big on the maths side of things. To me, as long as it works, it works. That's the way I see it. But anyway, that is the Bajoran stuff. I'm loving it. I can't wait to get properly into the loop. I've already been able to do a couple of rare reminders, but obviously because I jumped an ops level, yeah, unfortunately the cost of this exchange loot jumped up to that, so it just made my job a little bit harder. But what's this game without a grind? But the one thing is, yes, it's going to be a grind for free-to-play players, but it is a doable grind. I mean, look, gotcha tokens. Every time you get one of these chests, a gotcha token, yes. Obviously, the prices here don't scale very well. Stick with a single chest, just as an advice. But yeah, so right. So obviously we've had the incursions announced as well, and obviously the change to incursions, but that's pretty much it. So, Kira, what do you think I should grade this arc at? She don't want to tell me. Typical women never want to tell me anything. But that's a lot for a man's life, isn't it? we don't get told anything. But anyway, just quickly, these are your Armadas, Jem'Hadar flagships. This is an uncommon. They do have an ability. If you lose, it's just going to restore its health completely. That is it. So, but they do hit hard. They also have strong hull. But the fact as well, which I almost forgot, you don't have to send one ship. You don't need the rest of your alliance. These are solo Armadas. You can do them yourself. And you can send 3 ships. 3 ships! I like it. I'm building up the directors. The downside for me is I took on one of these 43s earlier, and I've even got a battle log, and I'll show you. Where is it? Oh, I did a lot. Here we go. Jem'Hadar flagship. I lost, but look how much I lost by. Now, bear in mind, I had 2 ships buffed with support from the Cerritos. I had the Augur and the Jellyfish buffed. I had the Armada Exocom, I had a Health Exocom, I had a Battle Exocom, and I only just lost. Maybe these need to be a little bit more powerful, but they'll get there eventually. But you can use 3 of your own ships. So, that comes down to the final grade now. So, I'll tell you what, let's go into where I'd like to go, and let's zoom out a little bit and we'll put it there. E. I'm sorry to say this is an E. And it's an E because of the events. Series lackluster. The arc run of this month has not really put much effort into it. Yes, fine, he's thrown extra events in to help fill the days. Whoopie-doo-dah day. How many events did he have centered around all this stuff? Not a lot. It's been very disappointing. The only good thing I can take about this month is the fact that game design did a fantastic job with this and the Bajoran stuff. I love it. I recommend players get it. The downside is the grind. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, which also helped tipped it towards an E, there was an update. Now, those Gemini ships, remember I said they were 10 times better? Yeah, that's because they were nerfed. Now, the prices in the Bajoran store for how much antimatter pods you need to spend was also reduced by 90%. But the problem is, it didn't change the grind. Yes, now some of the bigger players did have a problem with cargo. Before it was changed, they were filling their cargo up and having to do multiple runs just to meet the target that they needed in antimatter storage pods. Right, that's absolutely fine. You can do that. Change the target in the faction store. Don't nerf these. If you're going to nerf it, 50% was more than adequate. Make it still. So the grind was also going to be less, because less grind would have been across the board. Yes, across the board. But that's scoping for you. Maybe they'll fix it and increase it. But there is a Bajoran favour that does increase the amount of antimatter storage pods you get. But again, you've got to buy it with the Bajoran credits. But anyway, that is the ARC review over. So not much else to it. It's an E this month. I'm very sad to say, an E. The only thing that's really saved this month is Solo Armadas, the Bajoran faction store. It's the only thing that saved it. Officers, total disaster. I've not got one officer unlocked. Yeah. No events for the officers. Besides your recruitment pack. Yeah. Very, very, very disappointing. But anyway, so looking forward to the future then. I can tell you now, getting my handy dandy book. So I have been doing a little bit of... Well, actually I got asked a question about stacking below decks. Yes, so I'm going to be doing a below deck video. And when I tell you the number of screenshots that I've got so far equals around about 90, just for this one video. Oh, if I stop chucking it everywhere. Get it back. That is all the ships. This bit here. And, to go even further, all this here as well. Screenshots for every single one of them. And then, screenshots for all the percentages. Yes, it is, for those of us who are experienced with the game, it is relatively simple to understand. But there are players out there who don't understand it. So I'm going to do a video on that as well. Also, I'm going to be doing, if you can get it, Camping at 39. Yes, I'm going to be doing my own version of Camping at 39. I have asked Rev if I can use his list, which he's allowed me to do. So I'll be writing that up when I've watched the video, rewatched the video. But I'm also going to be comparing his list with what I think, also against my experience. I'm Ops 42 now, and I'm telling you, I regret jumping into G4 before I was actually ready. I regret allowing impulse, impatience to get the better of me. But as well, with these things now, it might be better to camp. But we'll look into that in the camping video. So we've got those two videos on the horizon. Tuesday, this week as well, the day after ARC finishes, sorry, there will be no live stream because I am very tired. I've had a lot to do. And also, to be perfect, I can't think of a show to put together at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the live streams to, at the minute, it will be Tuesday nights when they do come round, but it's going to be Arcfall. That's definitely going to happen. But as well, another reason why I'm cancelling the live stream tomorrow night, roadmap is due. The roadmap is due. What's that roadmap going to contain? We don't know. It is October. It's been 6 months since we had one. They're due to release another one. Let's see what wonderful ideas company's got for us and how little information they're going to give us. Yes, I will be throwing that into a live stream. So when the roadmap comes out, be aware that I will be doing a live stream on that, where we can have a chit chat, where we can rip it to shreds. Yes, because we love to rip Scopely a new one. But this month we will give him credit where it's due. Game design. Fantastic job. But anyway, I better get going. I've got to edit all this. And I've got some Doritos to eat as well. Yeah. Right, so, this has been Arcfall Review. Arcfall? No. This has been Arc Review for October 2022. Deep Space Nine Part 2. It's an E. It's an E. It's certainly not an ecstasy, is it? Anyway, stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on the next video. Good night.